What's up? We are back. It's been about, how long has it been? I'm gonna actually look real quick. Um, it's been 2 weeks since the last one. So, we basically, little backstory. This whole thing was me trying out a new strategy, and so far, I've never been like more confident as a trader, if I'm honest. My sort of everything that I've sort of learned up to this point is really starting to click for me now, and I just needed to like sort of take some time. I know it's only 2 weeks, but in those 2 weeks, I really was able to, out of all the time I've spent, like really get back into it and back to how I used to be. But yeah, so just really have been back testing, really staying strict to my sort of discipline of really wanting to learn, really wanting to get better. Because I think like if you really like put your mind to something, you can make a significant change in your life. And I think now, as we begin to get a little better at this, I don't really see another reason why I should lose. I mean, obviously there are going to be points where you're going to lose some money, but I think I've really done well perfecting my strategy, and I'll basically just go over today's trade. And yeah, so first things first, you can see like sort of the price action that we've been through over the past couple of days. I'll go into the hourly to kind of show you, and something that I've definitely been able to identify a lot better is knowing what trends are sort of in play, whether we're bearish or bullish, and sort of use that as your initial bias. So you can see that we, starting at this point, I'm actually gonna, starting here, this price action is clearly bullish. We have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, until we are clearly moving in a positive direction. So I think from there you can sort of understand where we're going. So in this price range, you would initially say, all right, we're bullish, so I don't want to take any sort of bearish trade. That would just be silly. But there are points where you can predict those, where the trend is going to change. So for example, like if we're bullish here, you can see this point right here, this peak high, is when we begin to switch our trend. And being able to identify that is pretty good, and that's sort of what we've been able to do with supply and demand. It's a bit magnified. I don't know if you can see my indicators, but there are a little bit of ICT zonage. Zonage, is that the word? First fair value gap, which essentially acts as a supply and demand zone as well. So that's really it. Just really identifying these points, these targets, and filling them. Because something that you don't actually see here, we can do like this, showing historic zones. We can see where price is leading to, how price has reacted. I mean, this is just poetic. Like it works perfectly, filtering out these zones, coming back to them once we fill these zones. So we literally like come into here, create this zone, come up here, fill this zone, consolidate a little bit up here, which is fine. This is just finding that within trends. Like, all right, are we breaking it lower? No, we didn't. We're breaking lower low. You know what I mean? So that's sort of been what I've been working with. I'm gonna get rid of these, and you can see my stats here as well. I honestly might change the time frames that I go on. I'll do that right now, actually. So we'll do the 5-minute time frame. There, and then 15 minutes. Because then we can sort of see really what's going on here. So, clearly there's lots of liquidity to be swept. I'm sort of waffling. This is just me talking about my bias going into today. But yeah, it's definitely being able to analyze trends, being able to see fair value gaps, whether it's inverse or retracement lower, retracement higher. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into today's trade. If we go down to the 1 minute, you can see with my executions, we sweep liquidity down here. This is on Top Step, of course. We sweep liquidity, and by liquidity I mean this supply zone. We sweep it completely. There was my only bias that we may have continued lower was there wasn't one. We have this price action in here that doesn't really indicate, it doesn't give us anything. If there was a gap here, or, maybe the supply zone began down here, I would have thought we would continue. That's why there's sort of this interesting sweep. In most cases, you'll just see retracements into these zones. I can't really find an example right now, but so yeah, that was sort of my bias looking into the hourly. This point, which you can actually sort of see within the hour, I was able to catch this retracement back up. So we swept down here. I entered down here. I won about 10 contracts on the micros. TP was up here. And then, or no, TP might have been in here because I thought we were filling this hourly gap up here, which we did. So TP was up here, but you'll see in a second. So going down to the 5 minute, we see a break. I wait for this break of structure down because I wanted it at a discount price. So obviously I missed like the straight reversal, but I get nervous going straight reversals until I see, these, like that break. I was confident right after, we broke structure to the upside. So I entered right around here, entered with 5 more contracts right around here, had my 5 contract selling point right here, or maybe, no, I think it was right here. So 5 contract selling point right here, and then, unless, I don't know, that's weird. I remember it being like higher, like right around the middle. And then second TP was up here, but I brought my stop loss to about here. To about here, which stopped me out. Total profit on that trade, I think, was oh no, it did hit. Total profit on this trade was $670, almost with commissions and fees. So yeah, pretty good trade. We'll continue forward. Again, this is just me looking at trends, and I think we've sort of understood the basic fundamentals of supply and demand. So yeah, we will continue. Tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday price action. Should actually look. Yes, the current time is 12:30 in the morning, I'm aware. mortgage index, mortgages. We can go to today is June 18th. June is that 6? Yeah, June 18th. FOMC meeting tomorrow. That might affect how we trade. And it was yesterday as well. So that'll be it too. So we might be able to trade morning session, avoid the news, but if we go to housing starts, jobless claims, continuous jobless claims. So jobs report sort of, and then gas prices. Wow, lots of news today. So this is interest rates and FOMC projection. So maybe we'll look at price action in this range. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for next trade. Maybe I'll post tomorrow, maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll be a bit mysterious. I probably will. Because, I'm kind of back in the swing of things and I want to experience sort of trading with you guys. I want to see, I don't know how much data my computer can handle, but we'll see if I might do some live trading. That could be pretty cool. And then film that and record that for you guys. That might be a 30-minute video. But if you want to watch me trade live, definitely do so. Not really live. If you want to watch the pre-recorded video of me trading live, tune in, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.